We love
One person who's
hip-hop.
not apologizing though. Tasha K. Yeah.
For what though? How many things she's come with in the last weeks?
Well, Kevin Hart right now is suing her for extortion.
Yeah.
Okay, and Kevin Hart is Mr. Big Banks. He's not a big guy, but he got big banks. All right, he's suing her. Now, Kevin Hart is suing a former assistant and YouTuber who allegedly demanded six-figure payout for not to not publish what the actor claims to be defamatory interview. My bad.
Yeah.
The lawsuit filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on Tuesday accuses Tasha K of spreading a scheme to extort Hart out of $250,000 by threatening to run an interview with his former personal assistant, Maisha Shakes. According to the complaint, Shakes made false statements during the conversation that including Hart facing criminal charges over recording a actual encounter. Tasha K, whose real name is has over 1 million subscribers. Let me see. 4 million judgment making defamatory. Okay, so yeah, they're talking about her old case with Cardi B. Because remember, Cardi B hit her for 4 million and won.
Yeah.
Right? But what she did, or what they're alleging her of doing, is she had this interview. She had the clips of the interview already.
Yeah.
Okay. With Kevin Hart's former assistant.
Yeah.
And they're talking about the car accident that he had and how he paid off a man like $4 million to eat the case and all type of things.
Yeah.
And she told him, I got this interview. If you don't want me to drop it, send on a transfer of $250,000. And he was like, oh, hell no.
Nah, extortion.
Lawsuit for your head top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she apparently doesn't seem like she cares. She still dropped the interview. It's still out.
Because she doesn't have the money anyway. So you're suing a person with no money?
Yeah, because he got to get in line. Like, if he wins, which I'll ask y'all in a second, y'all opinion on whether you think he's going to win or not. But let's say he does win.
Yeah.
Get in line. Cardi B got 4 million on my head top. Who cares?
Ain't getting that.
Right? And maybe one day I'll pay her and then I'll start getting to paying you.
Yeah.
But let me ask y'all, do you think that he can win this lawsuit?
Well, possibly. Because if he has his proof that she tried to blackmail him or whatever, yeah, man. Of course.
Extortion.
Extort anything.
And all type of
yeah, you're gonna win that, but you gotta get in line. You're gonna have to get in line. And Tasha K looks like she's down with the smoke right now.
Now, let me ask y'all another question on that. And what do you think, B3? You think that Tasha K could win that? Kevin Hart could win that case for the putting out this interview?
Yeah, honestly, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. Yeah.
He's got the money.
He's got money, yeah.
Now, let's say, fast forward, he wins the case. We can't ask people questions on a goddamn podcast, bro. We get somebody that pops up on the show who has, I have an example. Salute to DJ Marvin Prince. Okay?
Yeah.
He popped up on the podcast. He had a whole bunch of things to say about Snow, right? Who was just there on the pod maybe a month before that. If Snow doesn't think that these things are true, can he go and turn around and sue me for asking the questions or for bringing this person on the show?
No.
This is where it starts to get a slippery slope.
No, me giving no ideas down, though.
But I'm saying,
you can't possibly get sued for that.
The man wanted to talk.
I hear you, but
you provide the person a platform, they speak, you release the content. Like, I understand the extortion part. Like, I'm not gonna say, well, I won't put this out unless you give me some money. Like, that's kind of crazy if that's what's going on, right? But the other part where, like, I did an interview with Cardi B. So what? I interviewed this chick. She said a whole bunch of shit about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, bad example too, because Cardi B, she started talking shit about Cardi on top of that, bro. She was going hamburger on Cardi.
Now think about it like this now. And then what, do you locate the person and tell them, or do you just drop it?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you have this interview, you put out a clip, okay?
Yeah.
Take anybody who has some wild stuff that they don't want everybody to know, but now you get to talk to their person who used to be their day-to-day all the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, fam, this person's a snitch. They got a bunch of SA charges. You know, they even mess with kids sometimes.
Holy.
Right? And they tell you all of this, and you put out a little teaser.
Mm.
Now homie hits you up and says, if you put this out, I'm going to sue you. Why? Why the fuck you going to sue? My bad. You know, I got to edit it out.
But,
why the F you going to sue me?
Well, because
when I just interviewed a nigga. Why?
No, they spoke on it. That's them speaking on that stuff.
Yeah, but you have now the
agreed.
content. You have the person saying it.
Yeah, but they agreed to that subconsciously, like agreeing to do an interview already. No,
they came to me. They said, "Yo,
exactly."
Yeah. Now the person who they're talking about hits you and it's like, "Yo, bro, if you release that, I'm hitting you with a defamation of character."
Why? I just talked to a nigga and he said these things about you. I didn't say it.
Everybody getting sued.
That's what I don't. That's why
everybody getting sued.
I think there's a loophole in there.
Everybody getting sued though.
Like if I got the money and the legal, like I can get the lawyers on this, I'm gonna fight this. Like, nah, fam. I brought him here. I barely even asked him about that. When he brought it up,
yeah, then
I started asking more questions because this is crazy. This is interesting.
Then they'll turn around and know who to sue again. But at the end of the day, your company is the one who put out the information about the person.
Yeah.
So then that's right there. That's a defamation of character because then the person located you and asked you politely, whether it was themselves or a lawyer hitting you up and you still release it, bro, they showed you that's what's going to happen. They got their ways of letting you know.
So now these guys are trying to tell people how to do their jobs then.
No,
so if Barbara Walters interviews some motherfucker who gives a whole bunch of defamatory information on Taylor Swift, and Barbara Walters puts out the interview, well, I think she's dead, but a Barbara Walters type, right? Is she gonna get sued? Because they keep on doing it to the black people, but like
no, they'll sue whatever, they'll sue 60 Minutes or whatever, right? They'll sue the company. Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. The only person I see keep on getting sued is Tasha K.
Well, those people, when most of the time she's interviewing somebody, they're talking about themselves. She asked them the questions about themselves, right? And if they choose to lead into some criminal, whatever they used to do or whatever, then yeah, that's juicier. But I don't think I think they'd be only telling on themselves.
Like, okay, Gayle King.
Yeah.
Tory Lanez could say, yo, this chick went up on your show and she lied on me. She said we didn't sleep together on your show. Mm-hmm. That's defamation of character. I'm suing you, Gayle King. Didn't happen though. Obviously, he had other things. Right. He was occupied with other things, but like, can't he turn around and be like, well, she came up on your show and lied about me. I'm suing her and you guys. There's one thing. You can sue the person who's talking shit. I don't disagree with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The person gets on any platform, starts lying on you or telling truths that you don't want people to know. Okay, sue that person. But don't sue the platform. We're just doing our jobs.
But okay, the person doesn't have money. Let's just say the person on the platform doesn't have money, but the platform...
That's their problem. That's not my problem. They just came to talk.
No, I'm talking about... It's even in the situation with Poetic and Williams. Right?
With, Charleston White?
Charleston White, sorry. He's suing No Jumper.
Is he? He's trying to sue No Jumper too?
He has to because he knows Poetic Flacco ain't got no money. So he's like, he got to sue Adam too.
Yeah, but then that's where you'll lose the lawsuit because it wasn't me. And they'll have disclaimers that they'll be like the words and opinions of the host on this show are not the expressed words opinions of the No Jumper Network. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Right. So you could say whatever you want on the show. It's not on the network.
Mm-hmm. Do you have that?
Me no.
Shit.
Right. But I feel like it's implied.
Yeah.
But that's
kind of a given, bro. That's kind of like a common sense type thing, though.
It isn't because people sue the networks.
No, I know, but it's like one of those. It's like an unwritten rule type thing. Like you automatically assume an interview or whatever, somebody speaking up on the topic or whatever, or about somebody on an interview. It's not open grounds for suing. Because it's kind of like a freedom of speech thing, you know. Like, go up there and say whatever.
I guess speech ain't that free because she got $4 million in the hole because of her freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
with the Cardi B case so far, and now she got another one waiting for her with Kevin Hart. Like, these are not people who lose cases on top of that.
Exactly.
Right? But I think they're abusing the system because they got so much money.
Yeah, the more money you got, the more you can fight.
And she's a small YouTuber in comparison to the size of their money.
Yeah, but
so they're going to win. But it doesn't mean that it's right.
She should have. There's other ways to like get that money, right? And she should have like seen him in person and been like, "Yo, I have this on you."
Nah, fam.
Is like giving him a call or some shit.
Let's take the extortion part away, because if that's what she did, she's wrong for that.
That's where you get a lawsuit.
But with the Cardi B thing, she just interviewed a chick that claimed to know her, and she's had a bunch of wild allegations against her. However, this is the person who came on my platform, and they know you. Vlad has interviewed so many people over the years who were close to this person and close to that person.
Yeah, but there's tangible, like they're actual tangible people. Like, we'll know them. He doesn't just interview.
I didn't know who Bimmy was until
what?
I personally didn't know.
I heard his uncle,
but I didn't hear. I when I listened back and hear his name in raps.
Supreme.
Yeah, but I didn't know until I see him on Vlad, fam. He has all these claims of all these different things, and those people going to turn around and sue him and Vlad. Like, this happens all the time where people go on shows, talk about people, and we find out about shit. We're like, oh wow, I didn't know that until, the Nicki Minaj thing with Quentin Miller and stuff like that. I didn't know about that story until Quentin Miller came and talked about it. Are you going to sue Rory and Mal for exposing the fact that Quentin Miller got pressed by them and like, people tell their stories, fam.
Yeah, but Quentin, come on though. Quentin Miller knows what he did, so he can't sue nobody. This is Kevin Hart. You're trying to tarnish that man's name. You know what I'm saying? With an assistant, a disgruntled assistant.
The assistant is trying to tarnish his name is what I'm saying. Not Tasha K. Tasha K is just providing the platform for Shorty to talk.
See, but Tasha K is actually limiting herself by having these known names come around and spread a bunch of flipping nonsense, whether it's true or not, when she could have reached out and got Kevin himself.
She can't.
Like, not anymore.
But the thing is, she's already been put in that position as a smaller YouTuber.
Yeah, I know.
Half of these people, like, they're only going to go on Breakfast Club and all these places, so you're never going to get to them.
Yeah.
Including Vlad. Like, Vlad, he gets a lot of big people, but there's certain people he's probably never going to get to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But if he interviews that person's assistant, is it smoke now? I've seen it before. I've seen Vlad interview people who worked with somebody else, and they talked about a bunch of shit that I didn't know.
Well, if Vlad's reaching out to a bigger star now, they better know. Like, yo, you better answer that phone when Vlad call you, or else he's gonna reach out to your disgruntled assistant.
Yeah. But maybe he's had lawsuits that we just don't know about publicly.
Exactly.
Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows? Well, listen, man. Salute to Tasha.
What about Lord Jamar?
Well, Lord Jamar, he was on the show, and then he got mad at the Vlad's Farrakhan comments.
Yeah. So did he no lawsuit or nothing, right?
He can't get no lawsuit.
For his money or anything?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
The only thing Lord Jamar got played out of, he didn't get paid to be a Vlad recurring guest, and now he pays all his recurring guests.
He spoke too soon.
Yeah, you should have stayed. Should have stayed with that white man.
And then studied and studied him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Couple more things.
We love hip hop.